Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to everybody. Today, I am Ammar HAZIQ bin RAHIM, alongside my partner FATIN NATASHA BINTI FAZLUDDIN. We'll be talking about a video critic, which is referring to the movie Countdown. But first, we'll have to give some context to the movie and a synopsis shortly of what the movie is about. So, let's go with that. Before we start our analysis, a bit of a briefing or introduction or synopsis regarding the movie. So Countdown was a movie created in 2019, was based on a horror movie regarding a character named Quinn Harris, who is trying to become a nurse at a hospital. The hospital itself has a record case of abuse, mentally and physically. And her journey was a definition of misunderstandings and mishaps, which at the same time revolved around her workplace, which was in the hospital. A part of the ELC syllabus were regarding the whole business atmosphere. This video critic will go specifically in the part of the movie where it involves the hospital working atmosphere of Quinn and whatever involves of her in terms of the situation that he had gained into the whole atmosphere of the hospital with the co-workers, and as well as any parts of misconduct on her.
Quinn, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Remember that letter, the recommendation letter that you asked me to write for your license?
Yeah.
I gushed about you. I really want to kiss you right now.
Oh, I don't think that's appropriate.
Hey. It's okay. Look, nobody has to know, okay? It could be our secret. When you let down people, right? Maybe we can help each other.
I'm really not comfortable. No, I said no! Get off of me! Stop it!
Jesus Christ, Quinn. The hell is wrong with you? I mean, come on, I see the way you look at me. What are you, some kind of tease? Look at me. I'm sorry. I thought that was really unprofessional. I apologize.
In this scene, our main character Quinn has unfortunately fallen victim to the acts of sexual assault done by her co-worker Dr. Sullivan. The obvious violation of human rights and respect portrayed is a clear depiction of an unhealthy working environment for female nurses in the hospital. Our recommendation is for the hospital to enforce stricter laws and policies towards the actions of violation of co-workers, especially sexual assault, as Dr. Sullivan has done it multiple times and is confident in the fact that he will not face any consequences for it. In this scene, our main character Quinn has unfortunately fallen victim to the acts of sexual assault done by her co-worker Dr. Sullivan. The obvious violation of human rights and respect portrayed is
Have they packed up his room yet? Hey, Rach, Nurse Amy needs to see you.
She just told me to do this room.
It's okay, I'll take care of it. She can see what she wants.
Thanks.
In this second scene, we see Quinn, who just
Hey, Rach,
knew
Nurse Amy
that
needs
the
to see
patient
you.
has already
She just
died,
told me to do this room.
decided
It's okay,
to
I'll
go
take care of it.
through his
She can see
personal
what she
belongings.
wants.
That includes a phone, to which in further parts of the movie she kept with her without even telling anybody else. And there are some more graphical scenes that involve her trying
Have they
to
packed up
access
his room
the
yet?
phone, which is also still
Hey,
a
Rach,
violation
Nurse
of
Amy
the
needs to
hospital
see you.
policies.
She just told me to do this room.
In
It's
this
okay, I'll
case,
take care of it. She can see what she wants.
for Quinn
Thanks.
especially, she should have contacted next of kin of the patient. And sometimes we do think that this is not necessary or even not a possibility, given that this whole
Have they packed up his
stealing
room
of
yet?
the phone is for her own personal gain.
Hey,
And thus,
Rach, Nurse
she
Amy
should not
needs
have
to
done
see
it in
you.
the first place.
She just told me to
She
do this
could
room.
have,
It's okay, I'll take
however,
care of it. She
decided
can
to
see what she
create
wants.
or
Thanks.
file an investigation to towards the suspicion of this patient dying and the circumstances revolving around it. Therefore, it would be easier and it would have not breached any policy rules, and
They
of
packed
course
up his room
did
yet?
not have infiltrated the privacy of
Hey,
the
Rich,
person.
Nurse Amy needs to see you.
And
I
as a
just told her
result,
to do this for
we
him.
do
It's
believe
okay, I'll
that
take
this
care of it.
is an
She's gonna see what
offence
she wants.
towards the next of
Thanks.
kin of the deceased.
Quinn, can you take her to the side view?
Oh, sure.
Don't worry, she's one of our best interns.
This scene indicates the actions of a doctor winking in a very playful and inappropriate manner towards his female nurses in front of their patient. These are some of the many acts of workplace misconduct that makes the working environment uncomfortable for the female nurses and the people surrounding them, as seen in the excerpt. Workers should be responsible and held accountable when showing unprofessional working behaviors and to act appropriately doing work.
Dr. Sullivan told us what happened.
He did?
Yes, Quinn. I felt obligated to come clean and tell them the truth. This doesn't have to destroy anyone's life, right? It was a simple misunderstanding, that's all. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
But you cornering me in my office like that wasn't okay. It needs to be addressed.
I cornered you?
You don't need to be embarrassed. I'm just trying to stop something before it escalates, that's all. Today's world of he said, she said. You can't be too cautious. I have to protect myself and my practice.
So in this next incident, it involves Dr. Sullivan and Quinn, where Quinn has been called by the Human Resource Department to be faced with a panel of judges regarding a report that Dr. Sullivan has made about her. So Dr. Sullivan decided to frame Quinn of having sexually assaulted him, while in reality, Dr. Sullivan was the one who assaulted her. So as a result, this is what we call as manipulation of factual information, where Dr. Sullivan abused his position into becoming a person who was victim to sexual assault instead of being the assaulter and the one who is responsible for the situation. In this, we should recommend that the Human Resource Department to investigate better in terms of allowing Quinn to tell her side of the story instead of only listening to Dr. Sullivan, who created and compiled a report about her.
We heard you passed your test.
You're officially one of us. One of us. One of us. Freaks.
You're a freak.
Oh my god. Thank you.
You earned it. Is that slice number 3?
Yep.
So you want diabetes then?
And my grandfather drank 2 cases of Coke a week and he lived to 94, so I'm good.
You know, there's an app for that, in case you want to know for sure.
Did the kid in 237 show you that too? Why would anyone want to know when they're gonna die?
I want to know. What's it called?
Countdown, I
In
think?
this scene, Quinn is seen enjoying a small celebration done by her co-workers to congratulate her on passing the test and officially becoming a nurse, to which they engage in small talk that showcases their relationship through playful banter and small discussions. This incident brought the aspect of encouragement of colleagues, as Quinn felt more welcomed and happier about joining the hospital's nursing team. Although they should have done the celebration more privately instead of in the entrance lobby, as it may come as inappropriate and unprofessional to the patients and people surrounding the lobby.
Dr. Sullivan's report. I've recommended an immediate suspension.
What?
Is that necessary? Can't we just do counseling or transfer?
I don't believe this. He is the one who cornered me. What? I don't get a say in this?
Quinn, if this is true, why didn't you just come to me right away?
I tried, but that asshole beat me to it.
We're trying to help you, Quinn. Okay, don't make it worse by lying.
Don't touch me.
Moving back to the similar scene that we've already discussed about, which is in the 4th incident, it involves the HR meeting where, at the end of the meeting, Quinn who was not heard by the department and its judges, decided to storm out of the room, enraged by the decision that was made by the department, which was to allow her to be suspended immediately. And though this was already considered as a biased move, given that the court or the judges of this investigation did not even hear from the side of Quinn, we should recognize that her behavior of rage and anger and disbelief should be in a tamed control, to which we will have to move to my recommendations, or our recommendations, is to make her to slowly accept the fact, to calm down at the very least, to allow reconciliation, and of course to diffuse the situation which has already escalated so much. And with that in mind, I believe that if she were to have a more composed reaction towards the suspension, she could have allowed some leeway for negotiations and to clear up her name. With that being said, Quinn should have been more composed in this situation, despite being discriminated of her own right towards speaking about the truth.
Finally, we conclude that many characters in the movie showcased significant violations of working conditions, both indirectly and directly, especially a recurring character that breached both social norms and assault. And with that, we conclude our video critique analysis, and thank you for listening.